Grab your favorite chair and get ready. It's Saturday night in Death Valley. Death Valley. Death Valley. In Death Valley. Death Valley. In Death Valley. Death Valley. In Death Valley.
One team, one heartbeat. This is your home. Make a play.
This is a team game. The formula we laid out for our team can't be accomplished by ordinary people. That's what makes great football teams and great games.
Alabama.
Going down, Jonathan Allen.
LSU.
Fournette.
Lowers the boom.
They meet once again.
Intercepted Ronnie Harrison. Touchdown, Alabama.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Tigers.
Have a seat. Thank you, Tim Williams.
It's Saturday night. It's Alabama. It's LSU. And it's Death Valley.
It is indeed Saturday night in Death Valley. And we welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS, top-ranked Alabama against the 13th-ranked LSU Tigers. We'll have 102,000 plus inside Tiger Stadium. Guesses are there'll be another 75,000 outside just to be a part of the ambience of this game. And yes, there are a few Crimson Tide fans here, but mostly they are the followers of the LSU Tigers. Let's take a look at the SEC West standings. Alabama top ranked, undefeated. They control their own destiny. LSU has now won 3 in a row. And if they win tonight, essentially, they can cause chaos in the SEC. Good evening, everybody. We welcome you inside Tiger Stadium. I'm Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. When former LSU coach Nick Saban took over at Alabama, this longtime rivalry exploded in its intensity. This is the 10th time now, and the last 5, Gary, have all gone to Alabama.
You know, Vern, usually with these young football players, I don't like to go back 5 days because that's how much they remember. But I think in this case, especially for LSU, 5 straight losses, 2 times here, when we were here, they had the lead late and had their heart ripped out, losing late. But the humiliation of losing away from here, especially last year, when they were on national television, came into this game, I think losing 5 in a row has everything to say about this game.
Well, there's been a dynamic change at LSU. Les Miles was fired on September 25th. Ed Orgeron was named the interim coach. All they've done is win 3 in a row, and they have done so decisively.
Every time there's a change, no matter what's a loose coach to a tough coach or a tough coach to a loose coach, it reinvigorates the football team, and I have no doubt that LSU will be up for this football game, but you got to go back. Being up is one thing. Getting the execution and making the yards is another. Another number to remember, 19 for 31. Just a year ago, coming into this game, Leonard Fournette was the leader going into it for the Heisman. But last week, he showed that burst again. Could he, in this game, against what a lot of people say is his kryptonite, Alabama, could he come back and have one of those Leonard Fournette games?
Well, here's a number for you as well. Alabama has won 20 in a row. Top ranked, and it all begins on the defensive side of the ball.
They're difference makers, and you can pick out anybody, and they're great football players. But right now, no matter how many stars you talk about, you have to talk about Jonathan Allen. He's having one of those years, a Glenn Dorsey year if you're an LSU fan. One of those ones where he changes the game just because he's such a good player, and he's one of about 11. But come on, it's a true freshman quarterback. He's going to go up against the toughest defense he'll face all year, and it's in Death Valley. He's got to do it here where it's been so tough, and the last drive for those Alabama quarterbacks in the past.
I would say, Gary, there is no brighter scene, more significant scene on Saturday night than a game played here at Tiger Stadium.
These games have been best against best. They've all had their own signature, and I'm ready to watch another one.
Well, this has been the most intense rivalry in the SEC, I think, in the last 10 years. Great people have coached and played for Alabama and LSU. A view from overhead, as we said, 102,000 in this recently remodeled stadium. And the roar signifies the early arrival of the Crimson Tide of Alabama, followed by LSU. That was a simultaneous entrance to the field. Let's go down to Allie LaForce, who's with Nick Saban.
Coach, you know all too well what this environment here is like at night. The last two meetings came down to the final minute in overtime at this stadium. How have you addressed it with your team?
Well, you know, the first thing we got to do is focus on what we got to do to be relentless and compete on every down in the game and focus on what's happening on the field. Not worry about all the rest of this stuff so that we can execute and do what we need to do. And it's going to be a 60-minute game, and we expect a tough game, but that's kind of how we like it.
You've made Leonard Fournette a non-factor in your last two meetings. How do you do it again tonight?
Well, you know, he's a great player. You know, we got to try to control him the best we can and not give him explosive plays with their other good players.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
It seems unrealistic to me that Alabama could hold Fournette to as few a number of yards as he did a year ago. However, if Fournette could break an early run, maybe even 8 yards, it could reinvigorate LSU. But as Nick Saban said, it's a process, it's a long game. Do your job, worry about the score later.
And Allie has scurried to the opposite sideline. She's with Ed Orgeron.
Coach, you're undefeated since taking over this program, going into the biggest game of the year as a Louisiana native. How do you come through not only for your team, but for your home state?
We got to take care of the football tonight. We got to protect, play our type of football, give Leonard the football, let him play great defense. I love our defensive coordinator. I love our coaches. I love the state of Louisiana. What a tremendous night.
Speaking of Leonard Fournette, Alabama has been able to shut him down in the last two meetings. How have you changed this offense to put him in a position to succeed?
Well, we got a couple of different plays. I hope they work tonight. They got a great defense. We'll see. It'll be a tremendous battle.
Good luck, Coach.
Go Tigers.
Well put. Couple different plays, but you still got to block them.
And if you think he might be a little hoarse now, wait until the end of the game. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by New York Life, Auto Trader, Bud Light, and by Chick-fil-A.
Now it's kicking in, pure adrenaline. No one's ever been where you're standing. Alabama proud, Death Valley good and loud. Time to die. You will not catch him. Touchdown, Tigers!
It's the Crimson Tide versus the Tigers under the lights on CBS.
Earlier this week, Garth Brooks named Country Music Entertainer of the Year, and this just might result in the SEC Game of the Year. The weather, perfect. 71 degrees, slight humidity, and a slight wind as well. This is the 81st meeting between these two. Alabama with a healthy lead, and the 11th consecutive meeting with both teams ranked. Last four held here, decided by 7. LSU won the toss, deferred. Cameron Gamble will kick off as Alabama receives. Darius Stewart about 3 yards deep, and he is cut down. Donnie Alexander, number 48. And let's introduce you to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Jalen Hurts, freshman, quarterback.
Well, we've set up the fact that he's a true freshman quarterback, but you know what? This is a different cat. He does not seem to even be fazed at all by his youth or the size of the stage.
Out of Channelview, Texas. Damian Harris is the running back. That's O.J. Howard, who sets up as a wing to the left. Hurts out to Howard. Cut down for a loss all the way back to the 11-yard line. Dwayne Thomas, number 13, who was widely quoted earlier in the week as saying, "We will dominate Alabama."
And tackles for a loss are such a big part of playing defense against this Alabama team.
Lost 3, 2nd and 13. Hand off left side. Damian Harris popped. Kendall Beckwith, who was the leading tackler for this LSU team. He was the first one there. Alabama offensive lineup. Robinson, Pierce, Baker, Bozeman, Lester Cotton will get the start again at right guard. Alphonse Taylor still showing the effects of a concussion suffered against Arkansas. Third down, 11. Ridley is the inside man. Here's Hurts rolling out, pulling up. Intercepted. Jamal Adams.
The smartest football player on LSU's defense is Jamal Adams. Watch him. He knows where the play's going before it goes there. He's out there. The player runs right into him. Jamal Adams pre-read it, and I was talking to Lane Kiffin on the field. I said, what is Jamal Adams closest to? And he said, there's only one guy he reminds me of. Troy Polamalu. And how about that?
Wow. High praise indeed.
I am surprised by the early throw in their own territory for Alabama.
Now Danny Edling is the quarterback. Quickly throws it out to the right side. Malachi Dupree, who had been in a slump, has emerged from that slump. And the quarterback, 2 years at Purdue, transferred to LSU, sat out last year, and has assumed the quarterbacking efforts. Here's Danny Edling.
You know how good he feels right now, Vern? The biggest game I think he played in prior to this was against number 2 Ohio State at home. His first throw of that game, a pick-6 interception. He's 1 for 1. He's feeling good.
Earned the quarterback stop over Brandon Harris. And here 4 wides, 5 actually. Edling. Intended for Traven Doral and incomplete. LSU's offense. Malone, that's the son of Carl Malone. Posick had some problems last year. Maya Tahima will replace Toby Weathersby again this week. Weathersby, the starter, has missed 4 games now. At least missed 3 prior to tonight. He might see a little action.
And Maya Tahima has played a lot of positions, both guard and tackle. He was a freshman All-American a year ago. It's not like he's a sub that has never played.
Third down, 7, 3 wides to the left side. Yeah. Tim Williams. Tim Williams is a Baton Rouge native, graduated from University High School.
He gets low, and he's a sprinter. And this time he sets up to the outside Malone, and then with a crossover dribble, he comes inside. And the way I say that is because that's the son. Pretty good basketball player.
Yes. Here's Kobe Delahousse, number 42, 5 of 7 for the year, with a long of 44. This one measured at 49 yards.
Blocked.
Wide right, it was tipped. Yes, indeed.
I think it was Minka Fitzpatrick, number 29, coming around the end. Not sure.
Might have been Ronnie Harrison.
Boy, a good start for LSU. And what happens? You miss an open pass on second down. It was Ronnie Harrison. Good eye over there, Vern. Coming right through. He jumps through and gets in and two quickly opening up on the left side and allowing Ronnie Harrison to get a good angle and block the field goal.
I will never forget that 2010 game. Tracy Wolfson was our sideline reporter at that time. She asked our producer, Craig Silver, during a commercial, can we go back and look at Les Miles? I believe he just reached down and grabbed a tuft of grass. Thus, the legend was enhanced. Ridley on the near side. Hurts. Bobbled. Is that a forward pass? Yes, it is. No lateral. Calvin Ridley.
Both teams are basically in their new MO. Same thing happened in last year's game for Alabama. They tried to set up the offense at the beginning of the game, did Lane Kiffin, to spread out the LSU defense. Same thing tonight. A lot of short, wide passes to try to spread them out.
Ardarius Stewart comes in. Up the middle, Damian Harris. And let's check the starting defense for LSU. Got Neal, Gilmore, Gottschall. Arden Key leads the team in sacks with 8. Beckwith, Riley, White. Adams, you've already met. He had the interception earlier. It's 3rd and 1. Batted back. Hurts is off to a very tough start. And guess who? Dwayne Thomas again.
I can tell you this, LSU is stopping the quarterback first. On every fake, even if it's a bootleg or what, they're playing Hurts. They're playing the quarterback. We'll see if Lane Kiffin has the discipline to run the ball with the running backs. Because right now, they're ignoring the running back. They're going for the quarterback.
J.K. Scott, the junior from Denver, is on to punt for Davius White for LSU at the 15-yard line. White with 1 punt return for a touchdown this year, 3 in his career. This is going to take a hop at the 20. Oh, boy, dangerous. White grabs it and was contacted immediately.
Yeah. Dangerous, but I think worthwhile. Especially since he didn't fumble it.
Right.
Because that would have rolled down inside the 5-yard line. So he basically made a first down for LSU.
LSU has it once again. We are scoreless. Now time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success. Gary?
Well, when you're playing a great defense, and Alabama is, you need all your tools, and they better be sharpened, and they be ready to work early. The offensive linemen gave up too much penetration a year ago. They recreated a line, and that allowed Fournette no room to get started. In that football game, as we watch one more carry, whether any way he attacked, there was either a defensive lineman or a linebacker unblocked on him. Interesting in this game, he has not been handled the ball. In the first 6 plays of last year's game, he carried it 4 times.
He is a tailback, J.D. Moore the fullback. And here's Fournette for the first carry. And let's check this Alabama defense, the 2016 version, and it is a good one. Jonathan Allen, for sure, an All-American. Minka Fitzpatrick has moved into the strong safety spot, and Tony Brown has become the star. Eddie Jackson broke a leg 2 weeks ago. There is Eddie with the team. The good news is that once the fracture heals, he'll be able to continue his football career. No long-lasting impact. And he is another All-American. 2nd down, 7. Play action. Lobs it out, and it's caught by J.D. Moore. That's his 4th catch of the year. It'll bring up 3rd down.
One of the hidden talents for this Alabama football team, everybody gets caught up in all the things they do stopping the run, but they tackle in space as good as any defense you'll see. Remind me very much of those old Miami Hurricane defenses. It looks like you got a good pass, you get him in the flat, and all of a sudden the linebacker or safety makes a catch and you gain 1.5 yards.
Tim Williams, second tackle already. Again, playing in his hometown of Baton Rouge. We had a chance last night to meet his niece and nephew at the Alabama Hotel. Here's the snap back. Edling goes deep, right side. Man coverage is good. He caught it. DJ Chark. A gain of 41.
And they went right at Marlon Humphrey. And Chalk has been the guy that's emerged the most lately. He's the fastest of the receivers. And Steve Emsinger said, we've got to throw a few deep. If we don't get their corners and safeties, their cleats out of the ground, they'll be making tackles all night. We have to throw at least a few balls deep. Bonus, they caught one.
Draw play, Fournette.
Good decision.
Back in jail.
Yeah, but a good decision. He was going to reverse his field, and that would have lost another 5. This is the frustration of something that Alabama does so well. They just control those offensive linemen. They really just create a new line of scrimmage. They punch those offensive linemen with their hands, and their arms are straight, and there's nowhere to run. They create that picket fence, and then those speed linebackers just clean up.
Loss of 5. Make it 6. Edling in trouble. Down. Jonathan Allen. Who else? Number 93. Just having a sensational season is Allen.
Yeah, there was no one open here. This one thing that Ed Orgeron told Alley is we can't give them the ball. I mean, we can't let Alabama score with their quarterback sitting on the bench. That's what people have done. If you got to take a sack, you got to take a sack.
3rd and 17, scoreless first quarter. 8:30 to go. Four down. Edling back. He'll have to run, and he's going to get caught. This time by Rashaan Evans, number 32.
Let's go all the way back, though. You've got to give a little success for this LSU team on this drive. Remember, Tre'Davious White made the gamble of picking up that ball. They could have had the ball on their own 2 or 3 yard line. Then they get the play, and they get it out to the 50. Alabama's defense is going to stop it. They're that good. You've got to play some field position. So that was a successful drive for LSU.
Josh Grouden, the freshman punter. Trayvon Diggs replaces Eddie Jackson at the punt return spot. Bearcats called for and taken at the 12. Jonathan Allen, senior defensive end. He's pretty good.
Adam Zucker in New York with this Heisman Watch presented by the new Nissan Titan. Lamar Jackson, 7 total touchdowns for number 7 Louisville in a 52-7 win at Boston College. He's your front runner. Now, Deshaun Watson, you're going to see his numbers. He left the game late in the first half with a bruised shoulder in Clemson's 54-0 win over Syracuse. Jake Browning looking to keep number 5 Washington undefeated later tonight at Cal as we go back to Baton Rouge.
All right, Adam, thank you.
We've got a great chess match going in this football game. Lane Kiffin, who has remade this Alabama offense against the anti-up-tempo defensive coach Dave Aranda. This year for LSU, only 8 touchdowns allowed in 7 games, only 2 runs of plus 20 yards.
And a first down now for Alabama. Jalen Hurts, 1 of 4 from -3 yards. He will pass and complete it to Ardarius Stewart. Great pursuit by LSU.
Absolutely. But so far in this game now, we talked about, as we watch another bobbled pass, will Lane have the patience to run the ball? 7 plays, 5 passes.
2nd down, 8. Blitz threatened. 3 down. See how many are coming. Looks like it might be 4, but Dwayne Thomas is creeping up. Number 13. It's a little loud here. Here comes the blitz. They try the sweep, and Damian Harris is tackled by Dante Jackson, number 1.
Dante Jackson.
3rd and 5. Stewart breaks and goes wide to the right.
Just remember, LSU is playing the edges.
Ridley, bottom of the screen. Five on the line. They rush 4. Little dump pass out to the left. It'll be 4th down.
Again, a very tough throw. Right in his face. Coming off the edge. Very difficult. I got to believe that Alabama will realize that they usually like to widen out a team and then attack up the gut. In this game, they may have to attack up the gut and then go to the wide game.
J.K. Scott for the 2nd time. His previous punt was 50 yards. Tre'Davious White is at the 40-yard line. Good run. White at the 34. Nice return out to the 47. Minka Fitzpatrick. 52-yard punt, 13 on the return. We remain scoreless in the first. Doubleheader for you, the NFL on CBS tomorrow. League game early, Pittsburgh at Baltimore, and the league game late, Indianapolis at Green Bay, and it all begins with JV and the quartet. The NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines tomorrow, noon Eastern. 5:16 to go in the opening quarter here on Saturday night in Death Valley. And this game has been highlighted early on by defenses.
Right, Vern. Ed said to Allie he had a couple new wrinkles.
Yeah.
This might be the field position. He might be looking to add one of those wrinkles here.
Fournette deep back in the eye. Etling, 2 years at Purdue from Terre Haute, Indiana. Started 12 games there. Handoff. And again, they swarmed to Fournette.
That didn't look any different, did it?
That's not the wrinkle.
And if you think Nick Saban, again, didn't look in the rule book and figure out a way to get ready for this game, this week, the scout team quarterback was John Parker Wilson for Alabama. He was Danny Etling. Of course, he came in here and won a football game. And the tailback was Trent Richardson. Kind of predicted that one.
Yeah.
But if there is any advantage that Nick Saban can find, and it's within the rules, he's going to use it.
And this is within the rules. Remember, Blake Sims was the scout team quarterback 2 weeks ago. Hand off to Derek Geis, who is Fournette's capable backup, more than capable. He's really a good player. 5'11", 212-pound sophomore from Baton Rouge.
One of the small things that the LSU coaching staff was preaching to their players is the importance of even turning a 2-yard run into a 4-yard run. They go, listen, every extra couple yards against this defense will help us in pass protection and being able to throw things later. So don't discount. This is almost NFL-style defense that Alabama plays. A 4-yard run is a success.
3rd and 8, 3 wides to the left side, and Fournette wide right. Etling inside, intended for Fournette. It was behind him, and it will be 4th down again.
Boy, I'll tell you, Alabama gets so much credit for how physical and great athletes, but watch how smart they are. They read these plays, the screen passes, in a half a second. You feel it? Look at them turn around and understand it, how quickly that they did that on that play. And that was Deron Payne, just a sophomore that sniffed out that play and grabbed that offensive lineman and not allow him to get on the screen.
That was Jerry Pruitt. You saw the defensive coordinator. Easy for you to say.
There it is. That's the bounce that Tre'Davious White saved going the other direction.
I get your point. I get your point. Well, Groudon, the freshman, a 48-yard punt and downed on the 2-yard line.
And it's one thing that really gets Nick Saban upset is his punt returners not catching the ball. He feels they're like a center fielder. You have to make that play. He used to get on Eddie Jackson, and he will right here. He says, you just lost us 19 yards on that play.
And so, from the 2, 1st down 10, Alabama. Joshua Jacobs is the running back. He's number 2 in rushing yards for the year for the Crimson Tide. He gets the handoff, and he gets nothing. He is driven back. He lost about 1.5 yards. They're going to spot this inside the 1.
Freshman Devin White, number 24, rolling in as a substituted linebacker, makes this play. Watch him beat it inside, come off of Persbaker's block, and make the tackle. Wonderful play.
Second down, 11. That's O.J. Howard in motion. He'll throw from the end zone off his back foot.
It's amazing. Dave Aranda has set up his defense and said, I'm coming around the corner like it's a field goal or a punt. I am not allowing, if I can help it, I'm trying to keep that quarterback in the pocket. This time from the slot is the edge coming, and he keeps and forces a throwaway. All day in practice Thursday, that's all they did, is try to keep the quarterback in the pocket on runs and passes. Again,
Blitz from the corner. They got it out.
Yes,
Damian Harris.
And right up the gut, you have to at least let LSU know and that defense know that you're willing to attack it right up the middle. And Damian Harris has as good eyes at reading blocks as there is in college football.
Key block then was O.J. Howard. And here's no gain Kendall Beckwith. Let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for a Ford update.
All right, thank you, Vern. Over in the East, Kentucky has won 5 of its last 6. Boom Williams going in to give them the lead on Georgia. Kentucky would be in first place in the East by a half game over Florida with a win after the Gators lost at Arkansas. Florida still controls its destiny in the East. Big game at Baton Rouge coming up later. Of course, big game right now.
All right, Adam, second down 10 here. Again, they threaten the corner blitz. They are not coming. Hurts with all kinds of time. Drills it right side. It's caught. And that's going to be very close. Trayvon Diggs.
This time that Alabama offensive line allowed Jalen Hurts to step into the throw. Hits Trayvon Diggs and gets his left foot down. Good call.
Diggs out of position. Now he hurries. He's not quite sure where to line up. And off running play. They did pick up the first down. Joshua Jacobs again. Well, you heard Adam Zucker's update. Kentucky, remember we saw them week 2 lose 42-7, something like that.
Why do they have the basketball standings up at this time?
Oh my gosh. Mark Stoops.
He's done a great job.
He has.
That long field goal against Mississippi State turned their fortunes. He got out around the edge rusher.
Hurts kept it. Dante Jackson with the tackle.
I don't know who it was, but he did not do his assignment. Watch him come inside. I think it was Arden Key, number 49. He sniffed inside. That's all you need from Jalen Hurts. What a wonderful drive now for this Alabama offense.
Began at the 2. Hurts looks over the defense, now comes up. Will he stay under center? 4-3. Got it. Sweep right.
I think the quarterback kept
you're
it.
right.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's the object, though.
Fooled me.
Absolutely. It's like doing old wishbone games right here. You ride the running back. Watch, they even. Read the player. You get defensive lineman chasing guy that doesn't have the ball.
3rd and 1. It'll be 4th and 2. Lewis Neal, number 92, with the stop.
Wow, what a great penetration play. That's the plays a year ago that Alabama was playing and making. This time, Lewis Neal defeats the block up front. I think it was actually Lester Cotton, number 66, that he beat on that play.
This one so far reminiscent of a certain 9-6 game with number 1 and number 2. That's the end of the first quarter. No score. We'll return to Baton Rouge after this message and a word from your local station. And we welcome all of you back to quarter number 2 at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Alabama. And LSU scoreless after 1. It's 4th down and 2. J.K. Scott is on to punt. Tre'Davious White has moved up to the 23-yard line right now. 4th down 2. Scoreless. Scott's effort. It's a good one. And White's going to let it bounce, and it heads toward the goal line. Well, we welcome you back as we begin the second quarter of this ball game. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, no score. Total yardage between the two, 84 yards. So I asked, who had the better first quarter?
The NFL scouts. Who's watching 9 players from Alabama that are going to be in the NFL and at least 7 for LSU. LSU's got at least 3 or 4 first-rounders. Alabama has 5. Second, with 3 first downs, the chain gang. They haven't had to do anything. They've been taking their time.
You know, speaking of that 9-6 game in 2010, the last time LSU won in this series, there were 42 players from that game who wound up in the National Football League. Malachi Dupree with the catch here. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, we talked about before that in space, there are players all over this conference that do it well, but none better than the whole group at Alabama. I talked about Alabama, Nick Saban remaking his defense. They're a little smaller, they're a little quicker. They seem to eat up more space than I can remember watching them in previous LSU games.
2nd down, 7. 3 wides to the left. Up the middle she goes. Leonard Fournette close to the first down.
Talked about who had a good first quarter. Alabama's rush defense as well. But just a little crease allows Fournette to make that positive falling forward run. That's the positives you have to be satisfied with. You're not looking for 20-yard ones against this.
Fournette with 4 carries for a total of 3 yards. That's his longest effort.
I think this is the biggest play of the game so far for LSU. They cannot get stopped right here.
3rd and 1, I formation. They give it to the fullback, J.D. Moore.
He tried to fall forward 2 or 3 times. I think he got a good spot.
Yes, he did. Anthony Jennings was the first one there.
Yeah, remember, all it has to do is touch the 30 because the ball was a touchback.
And so it is a first down LSU. J.D. Moore, that's his first carry of the season.
That's one of the new wrinkles.
Yeah, that's it.
Somewhere Les Miles is smiling with that new wrinkle.
Left side, Fournette spins out to the 40. J.D. Moore, the fullback, leading the block.
We visited with Leonard Fournette, yesterday, Friday. And he said, I go, so you're finally healthy? And he went, no, I'm not. He's not healthy, and he can do that.
Injured the last week of August, a high ankle sprain that has not healed. He said it probably won't heal until after the season. 2nd and 1, high formation. Fournette cut back. First down. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to Alabama, LSU, or your favorite team. From signing day to game day, you'll get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today.
Making first downs, making positive plays, and then going for the chunk.
Again swarmed. Dalvin Tomlinson, number 54, first man there.
Nobody does it better again. This time it's Tim Williams to the outside. He's known as a pass rusher, but he set the edge and did not allow Fournette to go wide. Fournette saw a little bit of that red jersey outside and wisely stepped inside and instead of losing more yards.
Darius Geist now the tailback, number 5. That's Dupree who starts in motion, now stops. Play action, Etling down low, caught by Malachi Dupree. First down across the 50-yard line.
Well, this is the offense that a few years ago Lane Kiffin used against Alabama. A few boots, a few fullbacks in the flat to keep the Alabama defense. Remember the Tay Cody block field goal game? That was engineered by Lane Kiffin on offense that night for Tennessee. His idea of keeping the Alabama defense honest was with the boots and the sneaks. Very well executed there by this LSU offense.
3rd and 1. There's Kiffin. 3rd year as the offensive coordinator. He and Ed Orgeron, great friends. They were together at Tennessee and again at USC.
Fullback again.
J.D. Moore. They've got a trend. That's his 2nd carry of the season and a first down. Orgeron, the interim coach. Take a look at this 2004 Tennessee. This is 09. And the Trojans of 10-13 when Lane Kiffin was fired. Ed Orgeron was named the interim coach there, 6-2. But
they speak weekly though. Great friend.
Yeah, except this week, we're told. Well, the Tigers moving now at the 45.
He was coming.
Play action. Got a man. Out of bounds. Or did he? Yeah, yep. DJ Chark.
Yep, caught it with his left foot out, I believe. This ball was thrown late. Danny Etling needed to anticipate the throw. There was plenty of green grass there. Listen, in these types of games, they always say the little thing means everything. Everything means everything in these games. Everything means everything. That ball, if it was thrown a half second earlier, that could have been completed. He knew he had him one-on-one.
And so it's a 2nd down and 10. They'll send 3 wide to the left again. Fournette is the running back.
Let's see if they can figure out a way to pick up 4 or 5 yards against this Alabama defense and put it in 3rd and medium.
Fournette
That's exactly what they went for.
Yeah, little stutter. Reuben Foster. Fournette for the last 2 years. Alabama's been his kryptonite. See, in 2014, total of 79 yards, and then memorably a year ago, 19 for 31. That included an 18-yard run when the issue was long decided.
Well, no one gains a lot of yards against Alabama. The last running back to gain triple digits was a while ago, Nick Chubb for Georgia, and that was a late carry that didn't really mean that much.
Edling across the middle.
Again, another solid tackle.
DJ Chark. Ronnie Harrison with the tackle.
Harrison doing his job. He's a cross between one of those linebacker safeties. He stayed inside and he looked for somebody to come in his area and took him as a man and then wrapped up and made the tackle.
4th and 5. Josh Growden will punt. He's another of the Australian punters. You remember the string of Aussies who had punted for LSU began with Brad Wing. And then Jamie Keane took his place. And here's the freshman Growden out of Sydney. Oh, that's going to be really effective. Yeah. Trayvon Diggs calls a fair catch. Way to go, mate. Time call. There's been just a small degree of intensity in these games over the last 10 years. Let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, Eddie Jackson has been sitting with the defense, even standing behind Minka Fitzpatrick, walking him through what he's seeing on the field. Even though he can't be out there, he's still being a vocal leader. I talked to him. He told me he gave the team a speech before the game, and he told him, imagine this was the last game you ever played in. That has to be your mentality on every play. He's a huge part of this team still.
Thank you, Allie. Average starting position now for Alabama has been its own 14-yard line.
Yeah, last 2 drives have started at the 2 and here at the 9.
Corner blitz. Look at that gang tackle. Whoa. And again, Dwayne Thomas a part of it.
This LSU defense has come to play tonight, haven't they? I mean, last year, you got to remember, you got to give the defense credit. This was a 10-10 game and a half. 2 minutes to go in half. And then all of a sudden, Alabama runs a field goal at the end, interception in the second half, and before they could get back out on offense, it was a 10-point different game. They kept it close in the first half as well.
Bo Scarborough is the new running back.
Boom!
And he surges out to the 15-yard line.
Bo Scarborough comes in and plays physical running back. He did not look for a crease at all. He looked for a sledgehammer.
3rd and 3 in the scoreless game.
Off the edge, great block to get him outside.
There he goes. Scarborough with the block. Hurts with the run.
Remember, attacking the edge. LSU, block. That's what made the play. Scarborough takes him down, and the defense is defeated right there. That defense was counting on that player from LSU to keep him inside. Deshaun Bauer got blocked.
28-yard gain for Hurts. It's Scarborough again.
Yep.
Surging out near the 45-yard line.
And now it's looking like the Derrick Henry offense that we saw a year ago, where he slammed the LSU defense and pounded them for over 200 yards. Remember, a year ago, 60% of the runs went to Derrick Henry. This year it's being spread around. 31% to Harris, 26% to Jalen Hurts.
Damian Harris back in the lineup. Here's Hurts into the flat. Ridley got loose. Calvin Ridley down the sidelines. And that's going to be another big gain and a first down for Alabama.
First missed tackle of the game, and it was Jamal Adams. Coming up from the secondary, one you got to make. We talked about Alabama making the tackles. This time, Ridley makes Jamal Adams a miss.
Gain of 21, first down. Here's Hurts, batted down. Dwayne Thomas. I remind you again, he was widely quoted in a local newspaper article saying, "We will dominate Alabama." He's sure been a factor defensively tonight.
When they're going to target Big O.J. Howard, when will he get in this football game?
Hurts into the end zone. Harris is knocked out away from the ball. Well, here's the Dwayne Thomas quote from a week ago. I just feel like this is the year. Time for us to bring that win back. I just feel like we're going to dominate this game. I don't know how effective quotes are.
I don't think it makes any difference.
Okay, there you go. It's a talking point.
It is. He better play well, and so far he has.
Third down 10. Ball at the 24, no score. Hurts, man coverage, thrown away. Not thrown away, incomplete.
Tre'Davious White did a great job. It would have taken a perfect pass and a Julio Jones type catch on this play, and the ball was just a little too high. Watch White, their best man-to-man coverage, playing more outside in this game than I'm used to. He's playing a lot more slot coverage in the tape we watched. In this game, he's lining up wide.
That's going to bring on Adam Griffith, the redshirt senior for the year, 10 of 15. This to break the scoreless tie from 42.
Vern, now it is beginning to think a little bit like that 2011 game, isn't it? Missed field goals, blocked field goals, great defense. I think you're right.
It does. That 9-6 game was in Tuscaloosa. It was won by LSU in overtime. On the bench, number 13, Gary, Dwayne Thomas.
Well, we said if you're going to talk, you got to back it up. And looking at the highlights, he's doing just that. O.J. Howard with the tackle, coming off the edge, batting down the pass from Hurts, and then watch him defeat the block and go in and make another tackle in the backfield. When you talk and you back it up, everybody on that bench looks at him and says, "You're the man. You're doing it. We're noticing."
How about that? 7 tackles already. And after the missed field goal, LSU from its own 24-yard line. Ethan Posick, number 77 at center.
Had a little more success running left than right as LSU. I don't think they're going to run on this formation.
Nope. Leonard Fournette up on the line. There's a
called play.
Etling, yes, it was. It was a design quarterback draw, and Etling scoots out to the 33.
And that's all you need. One of the things we talked to Steve Emsinger, the new offensive coordinator, about, and that could have been called, he was sliding there, and he did take a hit, is we don't need our quarterback in this game, and there's Steve right there, to make 30-yard runs. We need him to hit the curl pass, the swing pass, and give us 5-yard runs. He said, "I'd be thrilled with that."
He picked up 7 on that quarterback draw. Again, Alabama threatens a corner blitz. Fournette goes right, short of the first down.
You know, looking at that slide and just saying it could have been called, I would not have called it.
Okay.
Somewhat of a late slide. I don't think he got lit up that bad. No harm, no foul. I like the way the officials are handling the game.
And Fournette now with 9 carries for 18 yards.
This is slow motion. Remember, Foster's coming in on this one just as he's letting it go. That's football right there.
Foster, perhaps the best linebacker in the country.
This is the third and short. They made the other 2.
And they made this one.
Yes, they have.
On the second effort of Leonard Fournette, Jonathan Allen.
Each time the fullback basically has carried the ball. Getting it to him quick. Everyone that you talk about running against this Alabama defense, they talk how fast they are, and the misdirection and slow developing plays have no chance. You got to hit on them fast.
35-yard line, first down 10. We'll keep tabs on Fournette. He's now carried 10 times for 20 yards. Gets it again. Whoa, popped.
Both linebackers that time, Reuben Foster and Sean Dion Hamilton. Neither one of them were touched. They're quick. Watch them both dodge and fill the hole. Nobody on them. Those big defensive linemen ate up the blocks, and those quick linebackers got in there and made the play. Great defense again.
Second down, 11. Darius Geis will give Fournette a rest on this play. And again, 3 wides to the left side. Geis. Reuben Foster up high. Jonathan Allen down low. Well, coming up at halftime, we'll go back to Adam, Rick, and Bryant for the Geico halftime report. A lot of interesting results today, especially in the SEC, where A&M was knocked off by Mississippi State. Auburn survived.
Listen, 2:43. Last year, LSU did not get out of the half. They can get out of the half here. I'd take 0-0. Remember, they get the ball to start the second half.
Blitz. Dropped.
Had him too. Second pass. Yep. The second pass that Danny Etling had the guy. Remember I said they would take just hitting the easy pass. He missed one in the first drive, and he missed one there. Now, that could be a little miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. We get all that. But it was an opportunity to make a first down, and it was missed. And this is when Alabama is most dangerous. End of halves.
Well, I said he dropped it. He obviously was behind it. Here is the freshman Groudon. That chases Tayon Diggs back to the 10, but he will return as a flag down. This is going to come back.
I think it's going to start for the 3rd consecutive drive inside the 10, this one around the 5-yard line.
Groudon with a 51-yard punt. And here is Matt Austin.
I don't think Matt knew this was a nationally televised game. We have not heard from him.
No, we have not.
During a return, illegal block in the back, 23 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal, first out.
First penalty of the game, Aaron Robinson.
Just a little bit of a tug, but that's all you need when the official's standing 6 yards away.
2:16 to go, first half. And now Quicken Loans presents today's Scholar Athletes for Alabama, Ross Piersbacher, and for LSU, Danny Etling. See the bottom line, proficient in sign language. Danny at Purdue took 4 semesters in sign language to learn the skills. He's also, by the way, an Eagle Scout. Quicken Loans' commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to Alabama and LSU's General Scholarship Fund.
Let's see how gutsy Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban are on this series. Will they open it up? Remember, both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Damian Harris is the running back. He gets the handoff from Hurts and gets 1 yard.
Both coaches are playing safe. Orgeron and Saban, right now, both of them. LSU doesn't dare want to take a timeout and allow Alabama to break a play.
If you've been with us since the outset, 1 missed field goal for each. And the average starting position has been the 13-yard line, the last 3 for Alabama. At the 2, the 9, and the 5, 4 seconds to go. Damian Harris is going to bring up a big 3rd down now with 1:25 to go.
Keep them inside, rush from the outside, and this time you get LSU calling a timeout.
Adam Zucker in New York coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. Rick Beach and I get you caught up on today's action, including Arkansas dominating the SEC East leaders from Florida, picking off Luke Del Rio twice, this one to the house, 31-10. Now we go back to Baton Rouge.
All right, also known as Red Stick. Let's take a look at the top 10 thus far. Alabama, Clemson rolled over Syracuse. Michigan rolled over Maryland. Whoops. The Aggies lost at Mississippi State. And you see Washington, Ohio State with a big lead over Nebraska.
Yeah, my big winner of the day, Auburn, because A&M owned the tiebreaker. Auburn now controls their own destiny.
They've won 6 in a row. And a huge 3rd down here, 3rd and 5.
Well, Aranda and LSU again attack from the edge. It's been number 13 all night. Here he is. There he goes.
4th down. Hurts angling for the 1st down marker.
You can see the game plan. To the wide side of the field, they're going to be somebody wide every time.
It will be 4th down, but Hurts did get out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:17 to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he wanted to get out of bounds because LSU would have used the timeout there.
Well, J.K. Scott, this will be his 4th punt. He had a season long of 66 yards earlier tonight. They could use a huge punt right now. Tre'Davious White at the 45.
Play was killed. No play.
Before the snap, delay of game, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
There's been a lot of great physical plays as you look at this delay of game. But there's been a lot of missed plays in this game. A lot of bobbled balls, drop passes, missed easy completions, sacks. It's been a little bit of both teams being tense in this game.
Cole Mazza, number 55, will snap it back, and Scott will attempt the punt again. White moves up to the 43-yard line.
Low kick.
Oh boy, really ineffective. Takes a little hop sideways and back toward the Alabama goal line. 37-yard punt. Well, how is Leonard Fournette done today?
Well, it's not as bad as last year.
Exactly,
we'll say that,
yeah.
okay? His first 10 carries a year ago, he had 10 total yards. He's had a couple of nice runs, 6, 8, 9-yard type runs. But for the most part, the Alabama defense has stoned him again, obviously. 11 for 19. Again, great defense. And as Leonard Fournette said, I'm not Superman. I know that's my nickname. I can't beat 11 guys.
LSU with 2 timeouts remaining. Play action. Etling gets rid of the tackle and throws it incomplete. Deron Payne, number 94, almost got him.
You never know who's going to make the play for this defense. We said Jonathan Allen, oh my goodness, he ran right over the offense that time.
2nd and 10.
Josh Boutte is not going to want to watch that one on tape. That's slightly embarrassing.
Fournette.
And there's Ronnie Harrison. We talked to Steve Emsinger about who really impressed you. You know, that front 7, they're really tough. Did you have any chances? He said, yeah, they're tough. But you know what else they're good at? Getting those safeties in those spots to make plays. They fill, and they're so well coached in the right holes that they make those safeties make a lot of tackles.
And no sense of urgency from LSU here. They've got a 3rd and 8. They do have 2 timeouts left, and they've let the clock run down to 25 seconds.
And they got to go deep, don't they? They didn't get an interference or something.
That lane crossing pattern. That's good, but it's not enough. Traven Durrell with the catch.
I would have chucked one down there to the 10-yard line and let my tall receivers try to come up with a play or a 15-yard penalty. Alabama does not miss tackles on plays like that.
And LSU has called time. It stops the clock with 8 seconds to go.
Interesting call of a timeout there. I would have waited and had one more play to throw to the end zone.
Well, time has been called. Obviously, LSU had the mindset of going for the field goal, not the touchdown.
We were talking, could they chuck it deep? They decided to try to get a little bit into field goal range. Again, Alabama tackles so well. No racks, no runs after the catch. An early timeout, though. LSU now risks a quick sack, and it'll be Alabama throwing the deep ball in the end zone.
Now, they are not apparently going to attempt the field goal.
No, they're going to throw the Hail Mary and hope that it takes no sack or it takes 8 seconds.
Here's your basic Hail Mary. And that one is knocked down.
And there's 1 second left. And we know a lot happens in 1 second.
We
right,
do,
Bert?
especially with Matt Austin as the official.
And you know, when you think about this, is when they called timeout with 8 seconds, I mean, they could have called timeout with 2 seconds.
Well, the reference we're making that as they did knock it down.
Well, he tried. It looked to me like he tried to catch it, to me, to tell you the truth, and get an interception, but he missed it.
Matt Austin was the official in the famous Alabama-Auburn game.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be known for anything else. A lot of maybe a lot of bad things, but we're always going to be known for that 1 second return of a field goal.
When Nick Saban insisted on replay, and they did, Matt Austin famously said, please put 1 second back on the clock.
Could be a hook and lateral type play, or it could be very conservative.
Hurts.
It's nothing.
No.
God, we did all that talking, too.
Well, if you like scoreless ties, we got your plate full.
In 2011, it was a score bonanza, 3-3. This game's a low score.
Now time for Inside Access, presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Allie with Ed Orgeron.
Coach, how were you able to keep Alabama scoreless in that first half?
Great defensive effort, able to stop the run, protect against the deep ball. We got another half to play. Our guys got to keep on playing.
What will you tell this team to give them the edge they need to win this ball game?
They'll just keep on fighting for their brothers. This is a tough team. We got them 0-0 at half. We got to make some plays on offense, maybe make a play on special team. Just believe in each other.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Go Tigers.
Well, he's a little more hoarse than he was at the start of the
I
game.
believe that's his theme, though, on this team, is what he's tried to preach since he's taken the job. Fight for your brother. We've heard it 5 times when we were being interviewed with him.
That is the end of the first half with no score. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio.
All right, Vern, thank you. A dandy. Coming up here on the Geico Halftime Report, Rick, BJ, and I will tell you why today was SEC for the Gators and Aggies after this word from your local station.
Dwayne Thomas drops him at the 10. And intercepted at the 34. Jamal kick is up. And this one's going to miss wide left.
He is going to be going down back at the 50-yard line. Scoreless at the half. Moments ago, Allie LaForce with Nick Saban.
Coach, what changes do you need to see offensively to put some points on the board in this second half?
Well, I think we need to run the ball a little bit better. We need to throw the ball down the field some and give our guys a chance to make some plays. I think Jalen's got to do a little bit better job of reading. Made a few mistakes in the first half, so he's got to execute better as a team.
We saw Bo Scarborough leave the field with what appeared to be a right knee injury. What's his status for the second half?
Well, we're going to find out right now. We're going to see if he can go.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And that was one of my ideas, that who Alabama might want to feature, because he was their most effective back. I agree with Nick. Run Damian Harris, throw the ball deep. If I'm LSU, I love the way this game is unfolding.
Recall that the coin flip went to LSU. They deferred. Alabama opened with the ball, so the Tigers, in a scoreless game, will get the ball to open quarter number 3. Leonard Fournette, 12 carries for 21 yards. Damian Harris, 7 for 33. But they have collapsed around Fournette in the first half, they being the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Adam Griffith will kick off. And this one will be a touchback. As we begin quarter number 3 in this scoreless game, you heard Nick Saban say, we got to run it. Jalen's got to play. No, Coach. Coach, Dan.
You want me to do it?
Yeah. What adjustments are you going to make?
I think both teams need to throw a few more short passes and deep passes. I think they got to go deep a few times. They've got to open up these defenses. They're too tough to run against. They're coming from the outside against Alabama. They had a couple passes, stay in the pocket, take some 8-9-yarders, and give some deep balls. Both teams, I think, should do the same thing.
We will ask Allie to convey that information to both LSU and Alabama coaches. We begin the third. First scoreless first half in 11 years. Etling. Oh, boy. Ryan Anderson took him down somewhat aggressively. Reuben Foster was also there.
It was a 3-man pass route. They tried to help with people in the backfield with a running back and fullback to help. Still no one open. Etling again does what he has to do, eat the ball, and now against this Alabama defense, very, very tough to pick up the first down.
Already the 4th sack in the game.
Remember, #1 goal. Alabama can't score when their quarterback's sitting on the bench. That's LSU's game plan.
Right side, Fournette puts his head down and take us through the first half trends.
There's not much to show in a 0-0 game. Jalen Hurts, as Nick told Allie, has to throw him a little bit better, a little bit more accurate. Said he missed a couple reads. Fournette has not had that break run. You know, that one run where they don't fit it right and 2 missed field goals. First time a Nick Saban Alabama team has been shut out in the first half since 2007. His first year, his rebuilding year at Alabama.
3rd and 12 here to open the third quarter. Etling was 7 of 13 throwing the ball. Fournette will block. Etling lets him go.
He missed an easy one again. That's the 3rd of the game. It's too hard when you have an opportunity and you can make a play. That's the pitch and catch I've been saying that LSU LSU has been missing for a while. The easy throw. And he threw a knuckleball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. One hopper to Trayvon Durrell. The World Series is already over.
That looked like an old Purdue quarterback that played in the 70s that's talking right now.
You are self-deprecating at times. Oh, it's bobbled. Holy cow. Trayvon Diggs, well, they do miss Eddie Jackson, don't they?
Yes, they do. Number 1 punt returner in the country coming into this game. But remember, Nick Saban scolded Diggs by saying, you got to field these. Be aggressive. You can't beat a good football team playing it safe.
LSU can't get the first down. Alabama does have the ball when we come back. Between Derrick Henry and Leonard Fournette a year ago in this game in Tuscaloosa. And now Alabama with by far their best starting field position of the night. Ardarius Stewart goes right. Calvin Ridley comes left.
Yes, a very quiet Calvin Ridley, who was one of the best deep ball receivers in college football. He's got a tough matchup, though, against Tre'Davious White.
Damian Harris is the running back. Jalen Hurts ineffective for much of the first half. They fake the jet sweep. Hurts goes deep, stride for stride.
Deep ball.
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh, there is Stewart. Wow.
Little motion here. Come up. Look at the safety switch. Jamal Adams switches, comes up on the field, and all of a sudden, good field position means that Lane Kiffin can go deep, and he did.
53 yards. There's Damian Harris. How about the catch?
Perfect throw. Good concentration. You cannot throw a ball any better than that. I cannot believe Nick Saban told Allie exactly what he was going to do.
Harris goes right and is contacted behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Duke Riley did a great job blowing that play up. Watch Riley hit this play from behind. I think he's right here. Watch him hit the play from behind and beat it before it can get started.
And the Alabama offense on the Verizon red zone, 23 touchdowns, right at the national average. O.J. Howard is split to the left. Here goes Hurts down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Duke Riley again.
Yep.
And that's the play that gave Tennessee so many problems. Faking the ball inside, get the tight end outside, but what a play by Riley. And they're going.
Indeed they will. 4th and goal. Scoreless game. Damian Harris is the running back. Run blitz coming. Hurts is stopped for a loss. Duke Riley, 3rd consecutive defensive play.
Listen, Alabama has changed their offense. And Lane Kiffin tried to go fast, but watch LSU guess the snap count. They attack. Watch it. They guess the snap count, and they hit it on the run. That was the breakdown, and then with the traffic in front of them, you could not make it. Jamal Adams off the edge also was in on the play. He actually tackled 2 guys. Jamal Adams tackled the running back and the quarterback on the same play.
And Lane Kiffin. Oh, brother.
He went quick count. Either the team was confused or they got the wrong play, but it was not a clean play on 4th down for Alabama.
And as the ball goes over on downs, 1st and 10, Fournette, nothing. Still, one more look at Hurts trying to escape the tackle.
Coming off the veg. 33 right there. Goes for inside, then gets his arm on the outside. Troy Polamalu play if I've ever seen one. And Duke Riley ends up with a beautiful three-play sequence,
Wow.
didn't he?
Yeah. That might be on the highlight reel. Second down, 9.
Ed Orgeron took a timeout.
LSU, the first time out of the half.
Well, you live by the fast tempo, and sometimes you die by the fast tempo. And that time Alabama tried to gimmick a fast play. It blew up in their face.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Ford, Allstate, Fantastic Beasts, and by Chick-fil-A. That's the ground level view outside. Our aerial coverage tonight provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries.
Let's be clear. I was all for Alabama going for the touchdown. With that defense, if you don't make it and you give LSU the ball on the half-yard line, there was some question whether Jalen Hurts got his knee down. He did. His left knee came down clearly. It was not a fumble on the play. Some question of whether he fell on the play or he did not.
Second down, 9. Out of the gun, 2 wide to the left, 1 wide right. And Fournette is the running back.
Both teams are so comfortable with these fast offense. They change. Offense, defense changes as well.
Corner blitz. Etling goes deep. Good coverage.
That might be offensive pass interference there. He grabbed Fitzpatrick and threw him down.
Looked like it. DJ Chark. Minka Fitzpatrick, who is playing strong safety tonight in place of...
He just pulled him down.
Anthony Averett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
28.
I'm sorry, it was Everett. You're right.
That's okay.
I thought it was Fitzpatrick. He's playing safety now.
That's okay.
They make these changes, you know. You got to learn them.
How long have I been doing this? 42 years at the network level. I still haven't done one without a mistake.
You got it.
I'm trying. I got 5 games left. Maybe an impossible quest.
Give it to him.
Pressure.
Yeah, there you go. Short passes.
That's going to be, I think, just short of the first down.
See, that's what I think they need to do. You do not have time to throw these big crossing routes. Give it to the back. Just give it to him and see if you can make it. It was the first down play that really hurt him. Now 4th and short, you've got to punt it, obviously.
Ed Orgeron, interim head coach. He was recruited to come to LSU, was Coach Orgeron. Actually came for 2 weeks. He came as a defensive lineman. They switched him to center. He said, I'm down the road. He sat out of football for a year. And as he told us yesterday, this is a wobbly punt. And they're going to let it hop out of bounds at the 45. Ed Orgeron said he went home to La Rose, Louisiana. His dad said, you're not in school? Start digging ditches. He did it for a year. Tuesday, America votes for president, and CBS News is your place for results. Award-winning original reporting, expert analysis, live nationwide, morning, evening, and primetime. Election Day, Tuesday, only CBS. Eddie O graduated from South Lafourche High School. He and Bobby Hebert led their team to a high school championship, and he did go to Northwestern State in Natchitoches, Louisiana, at the urging of Bobby Hebert. Graduated from there and then became a defensive line coach, McNeese State, Nichols, New Orleans Saints. Also the head coach at one time at Ole Miss for 3 years.
Well, we all loved our time with Les Miles, and Les did a great job here over the years, no doubt. But it just feels like Ed O fits LSU. Some coaches don't, some coaches do. And look at the crowd. They got the lights going now. Look at this.
Wow.
The stars are out.
Joshua Jacobs. So give me your idea, if you will, of coaches who fit them.
I came up with 2 ideas. There's nobody that fit the Houston Oilers like Bum Phillips, right?
I agree.
And I think tough Mike Ditka was meant for the Chicago Bears coaching job. Those are the 2 that most fit. And I think fits. Nick Saban fits LSU and Alabama. You know why? He wins.
That's a good point.
Everybody fits when you win.
Here's a reversal by Hurts. Nothing there. Tre'Davious White with the sack.
I think this was the second freshman mistake by Jalen Hurts. He knew that this LSU defense was playing the edges. You cannot peel back against them. Once you try to peel back, there's going to be more guys coming, and you'll never get around this fast defense.
Tre'Davious White wearing the number 18. That's a hallowed number here at LSU. This is the second year in a row he's had 18. It started with Matt Mock earlier in this century. It's a vote of the team and the coaches. Hurts. Yeah, this is a vicious defensive game. That's Joshua Jacobs.
All those plays that Alabama's been running against other defenses don't work against this defense. When you throw and that space gets eaten up, it's one defender after another. Great defensive game plan by LSU. And of course, the athletes have done the job when the call has not been just right.
J.K. Scott on for the 5th punt of the game. Tre'Davious White back near the 10. Good one. Maybe too much. Oh, he handled it. Wow! Tre'Davious White made the catch and was shellacked by Keaton Anderson.
Yes. He did a catch inside the 5. He tried to steal 10 yards. He did not.
Well, it's been a scoreless first half, but we need to energize this place. Let's introduce the Duck. The Aflac trivia question. Billy Cannon is LSU's only Heisman Trophy winner. Which Tiger player had the highest finish since 1959? Jerry Stovall, Burt Jones, or Leonard Fournette? In rehearsal yesterday, you and I both got that one correct.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Huh?
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
I wasn't right. I wasn't right. You might have been. I did not get that one.
It's a difference in age.
That's a hint.
7:48 to go. Last 2 possessions for LSU have begun on the 6 and the 3.
Just as amazing. With a great back like Leonard Fournette, an offensive line that was built to run the ball, they just cannot find any room to run it all.
Tried it. Left guard. Whoa! Almost.
Yep.
Whoa, that was close.
That one felt like he was in the second day. One of the goals that the coaching staff talk about is we've got to force Alabama's secondary to make a couple tackles. Who stuck out their hand on this? Was it Deion Hamilton?
Yes.
Yeah,
John Deion Hamilton.
It came off the block of the fullback, J.D. Moore, and made the play.
Second down, 5. Scoreless game. They'll give Fournette the ball again. It's going to be 3rd down. Now look at these possessions. A missed field goal. Punt, 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 punt. Downs, punt, punt.
Well, just as important, no turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, this Alabama team feasts on turnovers.
Alabama has turned it over once. That was opening series.
He's got to find out now, can Danny Etling make a simple throw? If there's a guy open for a first down, can he make the simple throw and hit him? No guarantee one's going to be open, but if there is, LSU is going to have to burn their second one.
Leaves them with one.
And one of the strengths that everybody said about Etling is that he's composure and information in the huddle. This time, the huddle information confused people.
Adam Zucker, New York, with this Advocare update just before the half in Columbus. Number 6 Ohio State goes to the plate. Tim Tebow, made famous under Urban Meyer. A 31-3 lead on number 10 Nebraska at the break. The good news for the Huskers, Tommy Armstrong, we told you he was carted off the field. He is talking, moving all extremities after being taken now to a local hospital for further examination. Vernon Gary, back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you. We are scoreless midway through the third. LSU has used 2 timeouts. They've got 1 left, and they're looking at a 3rd and 4 here.
Well, like I said, no guarantee. Alabama will match up man-to-man, most likely. No guarantee anyone will be open, but if there is, can he make the throw? Big first down for LSU.
Tony Brown over defensively. Here's Etling going deep.
Great coverage.
Yes, it was. Marlon Humphrey on the wide-out Trayvon Durrell.
See, Alabama challenges you, and nice cutoff by Humphrey there. That's what you do subtly. You cut off the receiver, break his momentum going out for the pass. Alabama just doesn't drop. They challenge every throw, and if you can make them, you make them.
That's going to bring on the freshman Josh Groudon out of Sydney, Australia. And Trayvon Diggs, number 7, is deep.
Best punt of the day.
Fair catch. Called for and taken at the 43. Monday on CBS, Adam Sandler joins Kevin James for a very special Kevin Can Wait. Monday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. And let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, when Alabama's offense was on the sideline, they didn't say a word to each other. They were very silent. They weren't communicating about what they saw on the field. It wasn't necessarily that they were frustrated or that they were angry with each other. They just simply weren't saying anything. Now, Damian Harris told me that Coach Saban told the team to play with emotion, but not to play emotionally. I'm not seeing any emotion from them down here on the sidelines.
All right, Allie, thank you. Wides left and right.
LSU is right in the face of the wide receivers again. They're playing the same defense.
Toss. Reverse.
And they were going to throw it.
Ardarius Stewart is chased. And all of that energy expended for a 5-yard gain.
It was going to be a pass back to Jalen Hurts that time. Another gimmick play by Lane Kiffin. Watch Hurts after he tosses it. Ardarius Stewart was a high school quarterback. He's got it in his hand, but Arden Key stayed with his key. And what's the key in this game? The quarterback. The quarterback can't make the big plays. That's the game plan for LSU.
44-yard line. The gain was 4. Hurts looks deep. Fumble. LSU thinks they've got it, and here's the official announcement of the turnover. Frank Heron, number 97, was the first there and knocked it out.
Look how loose Jalen Hurts is holding that ball. Heron touches it, and I think Arden Key ended up with it. He had it kind of laying low, and now with great field position, will LSU and Endlinger go deep the way Lane Kiffin did?
.5:43 to go, second turnover for Alabama. They have won 20 in a row and 5 in a row over LSU. Etling bounces to the outside, chased, shovels it, and it's caught by Colin Jeter, number 81.
Uh-oh, might be penalty.
Yeah, flags fly. There's another one.
I think Anthony Jennings, number 33, is going to get called for off the ball. He knocked down an LSU player. He wasn't even involved in the play. That's going to be one of the calls. I saw Jennings just lay out an unsuspecting defender. From behind, watch to the right side. Nope, it's going to go away. There was a lot of stuff going on there, but that's not the original call, I don't believe.
No, I thought Jennings was involved.
Yes, he was.
Look for number 33. Deron Payne was in a tussle with Jeter. I did see 2 or 3 flags come down.
Yeah, I think there are going to be multiple calls, 2 offsetting and 1 call right here. Let's see if we can get this in the frame this time. He comes across and watch him just lay out just high on the screen. We went in tight for what was happening on the bench, but on the field, he took out a player.
Following the play, we have multiple unsportsmanlike penalty fouls. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 15. Can't hear you. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 33, defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 94 on the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 65 on the offense. Those fouls offset. That is the first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for all players. Second down.
Let's watch Anthony Jennings, number 33, first.
This was the one that started it all. Boom, he takes out more. That was the first call that started it. Then on the sidelines, Deron Payne and everybody starts going in, and the offsetting penalties. If LSU would have held their ground, they would have got a 15-yard penalty.
It's second down.
By fighting back on their own bench, it offset all the calls. Hidden and forgotten in the play was Danny Etling's great play to flick it forward and avoid the sack and make it second and reasonable.
Second down and 5, worth another look, obviously.
Yeah, LSU was going to try to go deep here. It was covered, and at the last second, he makes the play and gets it with a big tight end.
And Jeter and Deron Payne got into a wrestling match. It's second down and 5 in a scoreless game. That's Jeter in motion. Alabama threatens blitz. Fournette. Quite reminiscent of the defense against Leonard Fournette a year ago. 3rd and 3. Fournette, 17 carries, 35 yards.
LSU has a really sneaky play in this situation where they bring the the wide receiver in between the tackle and the tight end, and then he sneaks out deep. This is a long way to make on a short yardage play, and they're letting the clock run down again. They're going to have to burn another one.
Wow, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah,
motion.
Penalty.
Yeah, no,
it's
he
going
got
to be
set.
a penalty. Nope, it's going to be a penalty.
Okay.
Unless Ed Orgeron called timeout, it's going to be a penalty. Man, that's 3 of them.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And that's both teams now. Alabama down there on 4th down, and now LSU on 3rd and 2 yards, making critical mistakes.
They broke the huddle with 5 seconds to go in the play clock.
Ed Orgeron was standing, but he did not call timeout in time. He called it too late.
3rd down, 8. At the 40. Etling, pressure from behind.
Oh, it's
out
a
of his
fumble.
hands. Ooh, yes.
Oh, they called a flag on that one. Did they call roughing the passer or intentional grounding?
Dalvin Tomlinson.
I think it's going to be intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
Yep.
Offense number 16. Quarterback was outside the pocket, but the ball did not cross the line of scrimmage. Penalties, a loss down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
And you know what it effectively did for LSU? Take them out of field goal range.
Yep.
Danny Etling has really been struggling. He does not have a turnover. That's what's going for him. But I would not be shocked if they didn't call on Brandon Harris, who was not awful last year against Alabama, to try to spark this football team.
So Josh Growden will punt. Trayvon Diggs awaits it at the 10. He is going to take it just in between the 9 and the 10-yard line. Well, let's get the Duck back center stage where he belongs. And the answer to the Aflac trivia question, the question was, after Billy Cannon won the Heisman in '59, which player had the highest finish? And the answer is, you know what? I'm now remembering.
You were wrong, too. I knew it.
Then I got it wrong. How could I do that?
I wasn't going to out you until you outed yourself.
Okay.
Because we both guessed Burt Jones.
Yes, we did. You're right. I still think it was Burt Jones.
It was your last year, so I was going to let you go with it, but, you know.
Thank you. By the way, Jerry Stovall was the last native of Louisiana to be the head coach at LSU. Oh, dear.
You're an honest man, Vern.
Well.
Off the edge again. Boy, you just got to wonder when Alabama will adjust.
Guess who?
Coming off the slot all night. They're crushing him from the outside in. Watch it. This way and this way again. Nobody's blocking him, and he takes the ball carrier and the mesh point. He's basically coming from the slot and attacking the mesh point.
Loss of 5. 2nd and 15 from the 5. Hurts in the end zone, goes right wide open. Miller Forrestall, the second team H-back. That's his second catch of 2016.
Yeah, a little wheel route from the slot position. Alabama does great use of their tight ends in offense. LSU thought it was going to be a wide receiver screen, well designed and well executed. They come out of their own end zone.
Bo Scarborough, he rumbles around the right side.
Well, that answers that question. The guy I thought would be most effective going in the second half and was the most effective in the first half is a hammer. And when you delay against this defense, they just eat you up. They need Derrick Henry. Unfortunately, he's not here.
Damian Harris back in the lineup. 2nd down and 2. Hurts with all kinds of time.
And a safety back there.
Wow.
Misread.
Damian Harris out of the backfield. John Battle was the deep man, number 26.
Yeah, it's another freshman mistake, and he's fortunate Jalen Hurts did not have to pay a dear price on this. Here's the safety. Never found. You get a wheel route up the middle.
Downfield. Offense number 88. Tight end was covered up by the wide receiver. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
That was just a misalignment. It wasn't an unbalanced formation. It was just one of the receivers not lining up properly. You got the tight end and the receiver on the line of scrimmage. That's the call.
2:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Now 2nd down and 7. Hurts 8 of 16 for 104. He's rushed 9 times for 30 yards.
Boy, again, the crowd noise. Instead of 3rd and 2, the penalty has made it 3rd and 7.
Contact. Chased. Out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down. Well, this is a little larger stage than Channelview High School.
And a little bit better athletes.
Yeah.
Some of those plays that he was easily getting around the edge on other defense, he's not.
Late hit out of bounds, 24 of the defense. 15-yard penalty for the run, automatic first down.
That's the play they've been letting go all game, and this time they called it. Listen, a lot of people know he actually got hit by his own bench harder than he got hit on that play by Devin White. But he did have his foot on the white, and it is a call that could be made. The problem with the quarterbacks on the edge is so many times they just keep turning up and going straight that you almost have to play them honestly.
2:20 to go in the third. And a first down now at the Alabama 47-yard line. Make it to 48. On the play clock. Low snap. Hurts cuts it up, and he got a first down. Lewis Neal with the tackle.
He rides the running back, keeps it right behind him, takes one step, and then it's all athletic ability after that.
And he picks up the first down with a gain of 12. Damian Harris sandwiched as he gets near the sideline. We'll remind you of the SEC West standings. Alabama undefeated. Auburn with an escape today. LSU at 3-1. The Aggies lost at Mississippi State. Alabama, if they win, controls their own destiny. LSU would really cause chaos if they win. Scarborough back there. And Bo Scarborough breaks inside the 35. Ed Orgeron, Nick Saban. Third down. Final 50 seconds, third quarter.
You have to believe Lane is calling this, believing he has a 4-down opportunity. 2-2 is a passing formation. And it was a pass. Yep.
Right side. Let's see where the ball is spotted. Jamal Adams with the tackle on Calvin Ridley.
Fourth down. Until at least we have a review.
Yeah.
Knees down.
Knees down. Yep.
Before he reached out.
Yep. So Alabama.
Again,
fourth.
Jamal Adams again.
Yeah.
His knee was down before the football went out, I believe.
Well, we'll wait until the fourth quarter. That is the end of 3. Scoreless. Scoreless at the end of 3, and we will return to Baton Rouge right after this message and a word from your local station.
Now it's kicking in. Pure adrenaline. I'm too tired. Pure adrenaline.
And so we begin quarter number 4 in Death Valley. I don't know how many games have been played this year. We're in week 10, and this is the first that's been scoreless through 3 quarters this year. 4th and 1. Coach?
Go for it.
Oh,
I have no idea who's going to get the ball, but if I had Bo Scarborough, I'd use him.
Here he goes.
And he used him.
He used him, and he used him very effectively. First down at the 21-yard line.
I'll tell you, Bo Scarborough is really coming on. Going into this season, the hype for Alabama was that Bo Scarborough could be the next great one. Came off a knee injury. He started a little tight on the season, but not surprised he got it, and not surprised they ran left to Cam Robinson.
On first down, Scarborough goes left, comes back right, and is belted backward by Duke Riley, number 40.
I'll tell you, between Duke Riley and Kendall Beckwith, there's a lot of great tandems of linebackers in this conference. These two teams have four of the best. The Florida two inside linebackers are just as good, but man, what football we're seeing from these linebackers inside.
11th play of the drive. It's a second down and 8.
Duke Riley's having a game of his life.
Scarborough stays in the backfield. Make sure he's got the right play from Jalen Hurts. Scarborough goes left. Bounces and is caught and dropped by Tre'Davious White. Third down.
I'll tell you, they tried to go wide. They did not get an inch of push. They double teamed both tight ends on the edge, and Arden Key did not back up an inch. The NFL scouts here know he can rush the passer. Watching him take on two tight ends right there, that a lot of people will see.
Ridley, far side, third down, 9. No score. Hurts rolls to his right. He'll keep it. He's got it. He's at the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Kendall Beckwith is the only guy that had a shot at him. And the speed of Hurts was too much. Watch, they get wide here, but too wide. He gets inside, and then Beckwith is the last guy that has a shot at him. He misses him, he kicks through, and Jalen Hurts makes the play.
How about Kiffin expressing some emotion and then cautioning guys, stay back.
Yes, he did both there.
He was the
bad snap, but he got it up. Great job by the holder.
That's Cooper Bateman.
Nick Saban always likes his quarterbacks to be his holders. A lot of schools use their punters. He likes a ball handler, and it came through there. Watch Bateman. Low snap, gets it up. Beautiful job.
How do you like this drive?
How about that drive off their own end zone? Remember that pass out of their own end zone to Forrester. That started the drive. Hurts finished the drive.
Well, it took us 47 minutes, but we've got a score.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Well, such high hopes for Leonard Fournette, but he has struggled thus far. 17 carries, 35 yards. Jalen Hurts also with problems. Intercepted and dropped a fumble. 2 turnovers. There's the second as it was pulled out, and LSU recovered. Alabama had a fourth down at the 1. And Jalen Hurts was stuffed. He was down before the fumble. First game scoreless this year in college football in 3 quarters. And the drought ended on Hurts with this run from 21 yards out. And it's 7-0 Alabama. Adam Griffith will kick off.
That was a great drive for Alabama. Remember that first pass to Forrester coming out. Remember, LSU also overreacted to the penalties. That was a big penalty on that play. And then at the end, on the edge, Bo Scarborough blocking the edge man right here. Did he get too much of a hold on the outside? Watch the grab right there. Could not get through. Was not significant enough, and they let it go.
That hold was on Lewis Neal and not called. So 7-0 with 13:08 to go.
Just about everything on that drive, wasn't it?
Oh, gosh.
Little ticky-tack foul on the court on Hurts on the sideline. Remember that?
Edling caught. Colin Jeter.
You can't try to do too much now if you're Danny Etling. Tight end delay. A first down play, move the chains play. You don't have to do too much if you're Etling. He has taken a beating in this game. Whether he's been sacked or he's thrown the ball, he's gotten hit on almost every pass play.
Malachi Dupree in motion to the right side. Play action. Etling back, goes deep.
Another one.
Intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. Ryan Anderson with the pressure.
Yes, it was. I said he'd been hit all day, and this time he got hit by Ryan Anderson coming off the edge just as he's letting the ball go, and that's why it goes short on the play. He beats KJ Malone around the edge, and then the ball just flutters up there, and Fitzpatrick comes down with it. And again, you really have to be careful when a team scores not to get too aggressive. Still a lot of time, try to do too much, and that's when Alabama feasts on turnovers.
Minka Fitzpatrick out of Old Bridge, New Jersey, just a sophomore. And Nick Saban explained that the reason they put him in the Eddie Jackson spot was because he was such a student of the game.
Previous ruling of an interception is under further review.
Did it hit the ground is the question.
Oh boy.
To me, it looked like he had it there. He got his arm under it, and then he rolled. Let's take another look on the second time. If we could get Marlon Humphrey to move out of the way, we could have told on that one. Another look, arms underhanded, got it in his elbow. Does he control it? Looks to me like he did. I think that's going to count as an interception.
Well, they're showing this on the scoreboard, and the crowd here would.
Looks to me like he controlled it in the crook of his elbow. Again, if it's not Tim Williams, if it's not Jonathan Allen, it can be Ryan Anderson. And that time Ryan Anderson comes inside and makes the hit and causes the interception.
Gerald Hodge is the replay official.
Remember, the ball can hit the ground as long as it's controlled. I do not see the ball moving. There's nothing to overturn it so far I've seen.
I saw Gerald Hodge at halftime, and I said, well, quiet so far.
So far.
He said, I wish it would stay that way, but I don't think it will. Well, this is one of the few stoppages we've had for this.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Alabama.
And again, the call was not confirmed. It was stands, meaning that nothing that he saw could overrule what happened on the field. He had to go with the call on the field. Danny Etling takes another hit.
For Minka Fitzpatrick, easy for me to say, 4th interception of the year, and this is the first in his new position of strong safety. So 12:32 to go.
And it's been in these fourth quarters that the guts of this LSU team have been just torn out. He says the ball hit the ground. He might have said something different.
Yeah, he did. I think it began with what the. But I am not acknowledged as a lip reader. First down and 10, 12:32 to go in this game. Jalen Hurts, the only touchdown, 21 yards with the run. He'll keep it. And he picks up a couple. Tre'Davious White made the tackle.
This was a design run all the way. The look of a pass play, but it was a run called. Tre'Davious White does a nice job of knocking down the straight arm and then continuing through for the tackle. I think if you're calling plays for Lane Kiffin, you look at LSU and say they got 120 yards. I don't need to take a lot of risk here.
He's got Bo Scarborough in the backfield again. Play clock at 3. Got the snap. And Bo Scarborough bolts across the 50.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
That's been the changeup. That's why they list 4 running backs for Alabama.
Yeah.
All of them 4- and 5-star recruits. We've been getting a lot of Damian Harris and Joshua Jacobs. They're the 2 leading ball carriers with attempts and yards. Bo Scarborough has been coming on lately as he's been healthy.
On 3rd down, Jalen Hurts. And we go back to New York. Here is Adam Zucker.
All right, Vern. Kirby Smart's Georgia Bulldogs lost 4 of their last 5, but they now have the lead at Kentucky after Sony Michel goes in. Also got the 2-point conversion, trying to get back above 500 and keep Kentucky out of first place in the East. How do we deal with that, guys?
Well, it's shocking to even hear that after we saw them in week 2. First down, 7-0 Alabama. Calvin Ridley, top of the screen. Tre'Davious White up to bump and run with him. Hurts escapes the tackle. Down the sidelines. Tries to keep his balance. Can't quite.
Feels the pressure. Duke Riley again. Arden Keats, one of the fastest edge rushers in the SEC and all of college football, and he cannot catch Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts looks about as big as Arden Key, too, doesn't
Yes,
he?
he does.
One guy's a defensive end, the other guy's a quarterback.
Hurts is listed at 6'2", 209. Bradley Bozeman, the center. On 2nd down, 3.
You're looking over at Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is playing quarterback.
And here's Hurts, first down.
The check with me offense for Alabama used to be 5 years ago, 3 years ago. The quarterback made the calls. This year with a young quarterback, no huddle offense, they look over to Lane, and Lane makes the check with me call. He calls one play, they look over, he says, stay with it or change it to another one.
First down 10, 9:45 to go. Stewart goes to the slot position, left side. And there was a whistle and a flag dropped on the far side.
I think the receivers moved their illegal procedure.
Prior to the snap, ball start, number 3 offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Went down on the field before the game to see Lane, and of course he wears the purple tie of LSU, even though he's coaching for Alabama. He said there is a strategy to it, though.
Yes.
He says, because when I walk out and in through the stadium, most of the students and the fans talk about the tie and don't yell personal things about me and other areas. It distracts them. He's got an idea about everything.
Was he texting you?
He might have been.
Shot? First down 15. Hurts comes near side. Ardarius Stewart breaks the tackle. Can't break the second. Dante Jackson, number 1.
I think had Alabama not had the illegal procedure and lost the 5 yards, I think they would have been content to run the ball and try to kick a field goal and believe that LSU couldn't score twice to beat them.
Tayshawn Bauer, number 46, just entered the field, and here's Scarborough, or Damian Harris rather, coming to the near side up on the line of scrimmage. Hurts, no. Third down.
Duke Riley again. Jeez. Two inside. And listen, all week, all they heard is, don't look at the eye candy. Look at the quarterback. He's the guy. They're playing Jalen Hurts as a tailback who can throw, not as a quarterback who can run.
3rd and 14. 4 down for LSU defensively. And again, 5 on the play clock. Watch out. Hello.
Alabama took a timeout. Nick Saban, a little more experienced than Ed Orgeron. He got the call. Look at Nick, right in front of him. Can't miss it.
Time called. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, Verizon, the Home Depot, and by Advocare. Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear for 60 years. Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. How about the comparison of the two quarterbacks? Hurts on the left, Etling on the right.
Man, I could put a number over here of about 20 if I can do it.
Yeah.
That's how many times he's been hit when he's been trying to throw or thrown the ball, too.
I don't want to be an instant critic. That was not a pretty 20.
No, it was not mine. It was the machine.
Oh,
he got down towards the bottom.
Oh, sure. 3rd and 15. See
It'd
what
be
LSU.
demoralizing if LSU gave up a first down here. They're going to run and try to kick a field goal.
Well, maybe not.
Make a first down.
How about that?
It'd be demoralizing, and I think they were just running a quarterback draw to kick a field goal. That's all they wanted.
Bradley Bozeman.
Yeah, they were trying to get 5, 8 yards, kick a 50, 51-yard field goal, and what do? They get a first down, and they might be able to put this football game away.
A 23-yard gain for Hurts. 18 carries now for 101 yards.
This is where leadership for LSU really has to step up, because that is the most demoralizing play of the game so far.
Bo Scarborough, the running back, on first down 10. They feed Scarborough. He cuts it upfield and bangs his way to the 10-yard line. Lester Cotton, starting right guard, led the way, number 66.
And there was no finesse there. He went to the left, he planted his left foot, and he ran straight ahead and bulldozed.
Lester Cotton from Tuscaloosa.
This drive has eaten 6 minutes off the clock, reminiscent of last year's final drive by Alabama when they took the final 9 minutes and 18 seconds of the game.
Dave Arenda, defensive coordinator, first year. Corner blitz. Stopped it.
Yeah, Jamal Adams right in there.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. He is a warrior. He's the leader. When you go to practice, he's the one yelling at his teammates, egging them on. He's in the box. He's in that Troy Polamalu spot. Half linebacker, half strong safety. Smartest guy on the defense, calls all the defensive plays.
3rd down and 4 at the 11. And a reminder that LSU had to use 2 of its 3 timeouts earlier. 3rd and 4. 5:35 to go. Harris is running. Oh, dear.
Offense number 74, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Boy, and Cam Robinson was sure he was right.
Yeah.
He turned around and yelled. He yelled at somebody and said, somebody said something. Watch him. He's not just jumping. He's ready to block.
And he claps as if...
No, I think he might have said that it was the LSU sound that drew him offside.
Ridley, far left. Gehrig, Dieter in the slot. Two wides also to the right side. Harris designed run. Drives himself down to the 5, perhaps even more.
I think
Jalen Hurts, not Harris.
I think LSU was misaligned. They didn't know what they were doing in the back 7. They were looking at each other, and they did not have that edge rusher that they had previously. No one to the left side of the formation. Watch how much open field there is over here. Watch the safety. He's looking around. He doesn't know what to do. And that's exactly where Alabama attacked.
First down goal. 4:40 to go. Damian Harris. Kendall Beckwith with the stop.
Nice block by Cotton, number 66. He comes inside, running towards the true freshman, Jonah Williams, number 73, who just slammed down and got his block. And look how Alabama is eating that clock. Remember, Bama was willing to kick a field goal. They ran a quarterback draw to just say, give me 5. They made 3rd and 15 and 3rd and 9 on this drive, both by running the quarterback.
Hurts with 19 carries, 112 yards. And Alabama takes a timeout.
Yeah, I don't think it's the worst thing. Under 4 minutes to go. Alabama knows how big a touchdown would be here.
Jalen Hurts. All they were trying to do was position it. Hurts. Well, this drive might remind you of something. How about A.J. McCarron?
Well, we talked in the open. Could Jalen Hurts do what a couple other quarterbacks did? A.J. McCarron in 2012 with final drive, 3 passes to Norwood and a screen pass to Yeldon, and he showed that he could win the game in the 4th quarter. Jalen Hurts, as a true freshman, has had his best quarter in the 4th quarter.
And after the timeout, excuse me.
No, I'm just going to say, we talked in the open. He didn't just have to beat this LSU defense. He had to beat Death Valley. And he has not blinked. It hasn't been pretty, but he has not blinked.
Got a glimpse of Tre'Davious White. It's just outside the 1-yard line on 2nd down.
Jalen Hurts has 8 rush attempts for 68 yards in this quarter.
Handoff right side. Short. Kendall Beckwith and Jamal Adams with the stop of Bo Scarborough.
I remember a couple years back, Blake Sims running a naked bootleg, faking it to the tailback and just keeping it and bootlegging around the left end. It does look like LSU is trying to sell out on the play, on the ball carrier.
This is the 14th play of the drive. Toss. Scott up. Whoop, whoop.
Going to get motion again. Yes, motion again against Alabama.
Wow.
Before the snap, ball start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's Ross Pierschbacher, the left guard.
They came out of the huddle late again. They had to hurry. Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
I didn't see anything there. Maybe I missed it. The umpire makes the call right in the U. That's who made the call last time.
The last touchdown drive lasted 9 minutes and 21 seconds. This one 9:29. It's 3rd and goal.
They got the edge covered this time.
Hurts under pressure. 4th down. Damian Harris could not hang on. Lewis Neal, number 92, with the pressure.
Well, how about that LSU defense? They hung in there. They got the penalty called to move it back, but they hung on and they got a chance. We've already seen them miss one.
Cooper Bateman is the holder. Adam Griffith, 25 yards away. Cole Mazza will snap it back. Got it. 10-zip.
Well, he had a chance early in this drive to just settle for a field goal. It ended up ultimately being a field goal, but they ate up way more time.
2:41 to go in the game. 10-0 now after the field goal. Alabama Crimson Tide. And coming up, the Napa play of the game, obviously presented by Napa Auto Parts. 10-0. That was the longest scoring drive. It ties the longest scoring drive of the season.
Remember, coming into this game, LSU had only given up 8 touchdowns in 7 games. I mean, they just begrudgingly don't give up much. They've given up 1 in this game.
Here's the kick. And it's taken at the 5 by Dante Jackson. Well, he's loose down the sidelines. Well, Danny Etling getting his first start in this bitter rivalry, and he has been under pressure all night long.
And it started early, and it never let up. Even if he got rid of the ball, he took a beating, and you got to admire the way he's hanging in there. But he has taken a bunch of hits, and I'm really, I got to admire it. I thought they might try to put someone else in there just to get a spark in the game. Brandon Harris, just because of the number of shots Etling has taken in this game.
Danny Etling, as we mentioned, from Terre Haute, Indiana. Ultimately signed with Purdue, where he spent 2 years. He's pressured again.
Yep.
He did tell us, I think, a fascinating story yesterday. He was on a recruiting trip to Wisconsin as a junior in high school when he was listening on the radio to the 2011 game, the famous 9-6 finish. And when it went to overtime, he asked his mom and dad if they could pull in to a fast food place with a television set. They did. He watched the finish of that overtime game, and that was when Drew Allemont. I've been working on that one. Yeah, I've never, he hit his field goal 25 yards out, and LSU won, and that was the last time they won in this series. DJ Chark with that catch. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle.
Great Alabama defense forces the ball to the shortest receiver, and again, no yards after catch. Have you seen, except for the tight end delay on first down, I have not seen one LSU receiver catch a ball and run for any yards.
Beginning this possession, LSU had 23 total yards in this half.
Yep.
1 first down. Incomplete. Intended for Deshaun Smith. High hopes tonight that Leonard Fournette would have a breakout game. He had one 2 weeks ago off the injury. He's played in only this is his 5th game. But tonight, no. 2.1 average.
Alabama in the second half. Their offense finally found it. 196 yards of offense in the second half. LSU, as Vern just told you, 25.
4th down 8. Incomplete. Ball goes over on downs.
Well, what a nice play by Ronnie Harrison that time. Man-to-man coverage. Stayed with it. didn't interfere, and got his right hand on it. Watch him, 15, matched up right there on the tight end. He knows it's going to go to the outside. He turns around and bats the ball away. What a wonderful play. I don't even know if he touched it, to tell you the truth, as I look at it one more time. And looking at the reaction right there, I don't think he did. A good throw by Etling and a drop pass. Good coverage, but just not quite handled. Deshaun Smith could have made that catch. He did not come up with it.
And so at the 35.
Remember, only one timeout left for LSU. They had to use 2.
This is Damian Harris, goes to the right. Well, we began this evening's game telecast by talking about the Alabama defense. Listen to this one. LSU in the game so far has 6 first downs and 8 punts.
Better pitch a shot.
10-0 Alabama, 1:43 to go in the game. And LSU has used its last timeout. Those who remain, for the most part, are wearing crimson and white in the stands. Well, we got a few LSU faithful. Hurts.
So as Alabama runs out the rest of this game, it does look, as Auburn heads to Georgia next week, that if Auburn wins a couple more games, it's going right down to the Iron Bowl, doesn't it?
Auburn won today, this afternoon. They're now 7-2, and they have won 6 in a row. 300 or more rushing yards in 4 of 9.
It was a great game. Sean White, who did not practice all week, came off the bench and led him. And now, as Alabama took care of one Tiger, they got one more Tiger cage match to go.
Do they ever? Alabama's 19th shutout under Nick Saban.
I think Ed Orgeron can be very proud of his football team tonight, the job he's done. LSU just does not have the offense, especially against this Alabama elite defense, to match up.
Well, it is our pleasure to announce that at 3:30 Eastern Time, we will be in Athens for Auburn and Georgia. 3:30 Eastern. 30 seconds to go. Alabama has now won 21 in a row. Last loss at home to Ole Miss a year ago, September. And they have defeated LSU for the 6th consecutive time. Nick Saban, Ed Orgeron. And it's time now for the Napa play of the game. There's only one touchdown in this one. And here it was, Jalen Hurts.
One of those sprint outs to the right. It was designed. No pass there. He turns it up. One LSU defender had a chance, but he outran him.
Always a pleasure to listen to the voice of Eli Gold of Alabama.
Darius on the right side. Here's Hurts stepping up. Has running room. Turns it upfield. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He is in. Touchdown, Alabama. Jalen Hurts.
That was Eli Gold. Nick Saban is with Allie LaForce.
Coach, it's never easy in Death Valley in a game that was so difficult for both teams to score. What gave your team the edge?
Well, I think we made more plays in the second half. We squandered some opportunities inside the 1-yard line that we didn't score on, but our guys kept fighting. I'm really proud of our team. It's a tough place to play. They've got a really good team, and they're playing well, but our guys persevered in this game, and I'm really proud of them.
Your offense was held scoreless for 3 quarters. You challenged Jalen Hurts to be better in that second half. How proud were you of the freshman in this environment?
Well, he did a great job and finished the game for us and made some big plays, but I'm really proud of our defense who shut him out all day, too. So if we didn't score for 3 quarters, they didn't score for 4.
Even with 22 straight wins, you have Mississippi State coming up, who just beat Texas A&M today. Then you have the Iron Bowl. Tough games coming up in the 2 weeks ahead. What does this team still need to improve on, even with the success they've had?
Look, this is just like the playoffs. We got to improve every week. We got to, get better. There's obviously a lot of things that we can do better as a team, and that's something that we certainly want to work on.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey there, Minka. The defense has been so dominant game in and game out. How difficult was it in this loud environment, and how did this defense overcome it and shut out LSU?
We just had to stay disciplined, and throughout the whole game, we had to execute. And that's the 2 things that we really focus on the whole game, just trying to stay focused and keep making plays no matter what. So,
Minka, congrats on the win. Enjoy it with your teammates.
Thank you.
Vern.
All right, Allie, thank you. 10-0 the final 21 wins in a row. And Jalen Hurts wound up with 20 for 114 rushing.
2 really big plays. Our play of the game, where he scored a touchdown, and then the 3rd and 15 quarterback draw, where he went one way and made the first down the other way. In this game, the mark made by the freshman was with his legs.
And so Alabama, Mississippi State next week rather. The final here, 10-0. Jalen Hurts, what a day. 10 of 19, throwing it for a modest 107. But boy, was he excellent on the ground. 20 carries, 114 yards, and the only touchdown of the game. Final 10-zip. So for Gary Danielson and Allie LaForce, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Baton Rouge. 10-zip. We'll see you next week for Georgia and Auburn in Athens. Adam Zucker is next after these messages.